Welcome to the Deplorable Batcave podcast. It is just after midnight on my time on March 17th in the year of our God Emperor 2017. I am your host tonight. Yes, indeed. I am your host tonight, Spartacus. Joining me tonight are our lovely, well, I say lovely, but for all I know, they could be the most ugly motherfuckers on the planet, panel of guests. Let me introduce them to you tonight. First up, we have Concerned Commenter.
Hey, y'all.
Next up, we have Blippity Blop.
Tally ho.
Next on our list, we have Gabe. And there went half our viewer base. Great. And last up, we have Z.
Pastor Mai.
Autism.
And hello.
No, we don't have any kangaroos here, so no, there is no autism. So, gentlemen, tonight we open up with the most hilarious of topics. Sadow.
You mean Mad Cow?
So, I open
Oh, where
I-
to begin with this?
because I have additional information to throw in later.
Oh my god, there's more.
Please explain to the audience at large what the background behind Sadao.
I yield the floor to the panel because I'm too busy rubbing my hands about what I'm going to drop later.
Well, Rachel
Who
Maddow.
feels they could do this to justice? See, you obviously volunteered.
Okay, yes, I will volunteer. Okay, so Rachel Maddow, or Mad Cow as she's sometimes known in the world, in her zeal, her epic zeal to defeat Donald Trump, she has found two pieces of paper she was sure would be the final dagger that would stab the God Emperor in the heart. Unfortunately, this dagger was made of her own shit. And it turned out these two pieces of paper were nothing more than proof that Donald Trump has paid more in taxes than even Bernie Sanders.
And Obama.
And Obama.
I must put this on assertion.
And with that, the dagger that was truly made of shit fell out of her hand, and she was shamed before the whole nation, defeated yet again. The winning train cannot be stopped.
There are no brakes on this train.
Wait, see.
I hope I didn't
shame?
trust.
Shame, you say?
Oh, she has shame.
To the contrary.
She has shame.
Nope.
Shame in the face.
Nope. Nope. Spartacus, will you do the honors?
The following night,
Oh my god, there's more?
there's more.
Jesus.
She maintains that it is critical to investigate Donald Trump's tax returns. And then, oh yes, there's still more. At the time, she had on a congressman. Please note my source here is InfoWars, from a piece written by Paul Joseph Watson, so I do have source. She had a congressman on, I presume talking about investigating Trump's tax returns, because this is a dog they will not let go quietly into the bloody night. So, she was talking with Congressman Bill Pascrell. Bill Pascrell, for the record, is a Democratic representative from New Jersey. Just so we have a little bit of background here.
Okay.
This is the funny part. Prepare to laugh. So, at the end of the segment, when Maddow thanks the congressman replies politely and kind, "Thank you, sir."
Wow.
And then immediately corrected himself by saying, "Ma'am." Although apparently she tried to own it immediately afterwards, saying, and I quote, "That's all right. I answered to both. It's really quite convenient in really unexpected places. You'd be surprised."
The dagger of shit is back in her hand.
Still think there's shame, see?
No. Oh my god.
This is an
There is no shame at all.
This is an ongoing saga now.
It also turns out the White House had released Trump's tax returns before Maddow got on air as well. So that's a kicker.
So
Wow.
So not only irrelevant news and fake news, but late news.
Very late news.
Very fake late news, guys.
That is incredible. Oh my god. It's worse than I thought it was.
Concerned commoner, do you have anything you'd like to add to this?
I think everything has been said that needs to be said.
No, there's one more thing. How long until Rachel Maddow plays a Russian card and says that Vladimir Putin pressured Trump into releasing his tax
That's all
return?
over Twitter already.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Along with
But only 2 pages because the rest are being translated from the original Russian.
although apparently there is apparently something going on Twitter right now where I'm still trying to find verification for this, but supposedly one of Trump's aides is a Hungarian white supremacist. Working on finding stuff for that, but I just see it popping up all over the place.
It seems that everyone's a white supremacist these days.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Is this just like he's friends with Steve Bannon type thing, or is this like
a white supremacist movement in, I believe, Hungary has claimed him as one of theirs.
But they have no evidence to back this up.
Other than the claim, apparently not.
Listen and believe.
And people go with...
So the irony here, they need to listen and believe the white supremacists. Let that sink in for a moment. They're believing white supremacists.
this is a wild story.
Irony is somewhat lost here. Shall we continue with the next piece? On to the other big story of the week. Zyklon Shriek!
What in God's name?
Sean Spicer being assaulted in the shittiest store on the planet.
Oh yeah, he went to the iPhone
Bridge
store.
of the end of the JJ Enterprise.
We're not going to get into that block because that's a whole nother podcast
Oh.
unto itself.
Oh, then should we talk about like Shia LaBeouf then?
No. Sean Spicer being basically, I don't care what they say. This crazy person stalked him to run up and record whatever the bloody hell he's saying. Because
No, that is not true, Spartacus. Her iPhone had broken, and she needed to have the glass replaced, and it just so happened to be at the very store she went to, Sean Spicer himself.
and yet she was able to use her phone, which, if the glass is broken, the touchscreen shouldn't be able to work, especially on a piece of crap Apple.
You guys aware of this story?
Yeah.
I had heard something happened in an iPhone store, and it involved someone in the Trump administration, and I just
at this point,
was disgusted thinking of my former job at an Apple store.
Unfortunately, at this point,
I don't understand.
when
He
I heard
threatened to
it,
deport her.
the sad thing is, I heard the story. I didn't really go too much into it because at this point, I can't tell what's real or not anymore. How does the Onion stay in business? I can't tell what's real or parody anymore.
This is one of those time periods that future American historians, especially people who do American history, are just gonna... There's PhD theses waiting to be written about the crazy shit that's happening here. If only I was an American historian and I cared about the history of the United States that much. Maybe I should switch
How
my
did we
interest.
pull through?
I'm debating switching my interest.
See, are you
just
referring
because
to the time when Fallout will become a real thing,
Wait, what was that?
and we'll be all living in New Vegas?
Yes. Oh, I can't wait.
So, can we go to the topic of He Will Not Divide Us, of recent events?
God, yes. Yes.
Oh, so...
Anthony, if you care to elaborate.
Yes.
I love you, Brittany Venti.
So,
So is this round 3 or round 4?
General backstory. What ended up, what was originally supposed to be this kind of protest against Donald Trump's presidency. The whole. He Will Not Divide Us was basically the moniker that Shia decided to come up with. That he and the people that support his cause will not be divided by Trump or something. Some kind of solidarity movement or something of that sort of people that share Shia's beliefs. So it became a shit show at the New York Museum that was basically being torn apart by like trolls and stuff that were basically trolling the shit out of him to the point where he was starting to crack. And he basically had to switch the location.
A veteran of the Kakistani
they pretty much abandoned him, the museum. So they had to switch up the location. He relocated
Albuquerque and the El Rey Theater.
And that didn't work out. There was a shooting near the location, so he had to switch it up. So he decided, no, I'll make sure they don't get me this time. So he decided to put a flag on some private property. I guess that either he owns or somebody owns that he's friends with out in Tennessee. And he thinks that nobody would find it because it was just like a shot of the skyline with the flag just flying in the wind. It didn't show the ground, just the sky and the flag and nothing else. Well, that doesn't stop. That doesn't stop the denizens of Pole. Oh no.
Autism can't be stopped.
They started debating over like mapping the stars in order to like.
May I know every single thing.
They were looking at like jet planes and like the fuel like trails left in order to like say when these planes would fly overhead. They were like going like the wildlife, the croaking of frogs, and being able to tell what the general location is.
No, that was something they did not do at all.
Tweets that Shia made.
Anthony, there's one other very important piece of information in triangulating the location. But Jack clearly wants to add that, so we'll give that to him.
The important things that happened, the main aspects that actually mattered, was honking triangulation, star mapping, plane mapping, and most of all, they found a photo someone had taken near the location with Shia on there, and they just posted it on Facebook.
Turns out he was in Tennessee.
He was in a restaurant, I believe.
Yeah, he was in a restaurant. Then they went in the middle of the night, about 36 hours after it went up, stole the flag, and then replaced it with a MAGA hat. Now Shia guards the new hat with a bat.
Right, now he's back in New York at the Charging Bull, and at night he will walk around with a baseball bat.
Anthony, if you can finish this up with the most crucial bit of information, i.e., how quickly this was actually achieved.
Within one day.
No, 36 hours.
It was
less than 48 hours.
Roughly 36 hours. Can confirm.
So Pole pulled off CSI shit better than CSI could probably pull off.
Yeah. Also, I'm going to go, but I want to add a quick thing, guys. 9/11 was an outside job because the planes came from the outside.
No, the people who crashed the planes were inside, so it was an inside job.
My mind is all over the walls.
No, but I guarantee I am anticipating and with bated breath what Shia will do next in season 4 of He Will Not Divide Us. I'd imagine that.
I have a theory.
Could you imagine him putting the flag in his house and they just find out a way to get it anyway?
No, it's going to be the next stage. It's going to be shoved up his rectum, and it'll be located within 10 minutes.
They have a backup plan for that. Backdoor plan.
I'm sure they'll get to the bottom of it.
Free anal inspections, anyone?
Shia's gonna lose his fucking mind.
Okay.
He
In a month.
has it
That's a fact.
already?
Well, okay, he's probably already lost it, but it's gonna be complete bonkers within a
Shove
month.
Shoving it up his ass, that must hurt.
Oh, no, guys, do you think that Steven Crowder would crash his live stream again at the night that he did the first time?
Well, at this point, I think he's probably going to hire some more homeless-looking fuckers and win baseball bats. Yeah, seriously. Those few who haven't seen anything from He Will Not Divide Us, Shia LaBeouf looks like a fucking homeless bum at this point.
Even
But
Steven's
with
gone.
tears in his eyes.
What's the most recent movie he starred in? I can't remember.
He's not even relevant anymore.
Even Stevens was like his big thing.
Yeah, the last movie I can remember him in was Transformers: Dark Side of the Moon before he got arrested.
Dark of the Moon never involved the best Pink Floyd album ever in this conversation.
He was in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
That's
Oh,
You gotta nuke that fridge.
God.
It's always about the fridge. Huh?
Well, speaking
and the Gophers.
of fake things and things that don't make any fucking sense, get ready for this. I'm opening this up to discussion once I'm done talking about it.
Clench your cheeks, gentlemen.
This is going to be a thing. Europe's first sex robot brothel forced out of base as prostitutes complain of competition.
What?
Oh, wow.
That should be something that Japan does, not Europe.
How is that upstate?
Sex bots?
I thought Japan was the
Oh,
cutting
no.
edge of showbiz technology.
No, I'm imagining the episode of Futurama is like, no thanks, Mom. I just want to make out with my Monrobot. Don't date robots!
Well, we're not. It's a brothel. You're not dating them.
Don't
I believe the
fuck
irony is
robots!
So
they are finding an alternative to objectifying women, but the women's are complaining.
because they're taking their money literally.
They're objectifying robo-women.
They really need to build a wall to protect their jobs.
Robot vaginas have rights too.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
fun. Robot rights.
Techno-women.
Yeah, we had that. It was called the 80s.
That's right!
No, seriously, we had that. It was called the 80s. Tomo arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Seriously, how does
No,
Japan get beans
Tomo
made into
Arigato,
showbiz?
Mrs. Roboto. Shit, Lord.
Did you just assume the robot's gender?
Yes.
Anyway, so continuing the story, there's probably one in Japan, but this one's making news because it was forced to move because of the local prostitutes.
Oh, okay.
Prostitutes and sex robots clashing. God, please let there be a Jello pit or pudding involved. So the location was in Barcelona. But
Somehow I pictured Brussels for some reason.
no, it's in Spain.
Oh.
They have a bit more the there.
So the original location had been blah 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 in the Spanish city's Gothic quarter north of the cathedral, but the brothel, not far from. God damn! Don't make me make jokes. La Rambla,
Oh, Lord.
in the heart of the city, has now moved to a mystery new location where the receptionist saying the address would only be given out to paying customers. Prostitutes who work in the city with APROSEX, the Association of Sex Professionals. Holy fuck, prostitutes have a union in Spain.
Wow. They're really well organized. I did not know that. I'm
I
learning.
can already see the new Asimov novel, I Condom.
There are no pimps, only mackerels.
So anyway, they object to saying a doll cannot match the services of a real person and denigrates real sex workers to merely being an object. Holy shit. We're crossing a Rubicon here. So a statement on their website said of Hookers and Hookers United. I'm just going to call them that now. They're now officially Hookers United. The sex affection of a person cannot be provided by a doll. They're different and compatible surfaces. They do not communicate. They do not listen to you or caress you. They do not comfort you or look at you. They do not give you their opinion or drink a glass of champagne with you. One of those last ones, we don't want their opinion. We're trying to fuck them. That's it. Janet, a prostitute with over 30 years in the industry. Oh, good
Jesus.
Lord.
So does that mean she's 50?
What's the age of consent in Europe? What's the age of consent in Spain? Like 16? So earliest 46?
More tropical
Okay,
diseases
well, if
than
you
a
look at-
research facility.
If you look at like Selma Hayek, sometimes age isn't necessarily a factor, but I find it hard to believe this is Selma Hayek level hot.
I highly doubt it myself, but maybe she's just a cheap one. So,
She could just be a really dumb one, maybe. I don't know.
who knows? But apparently she works in the Revolve district. Said, it is another strategy of the patriarchy that presents us as objects without rights or soul, a privilege of the wealthy classes. So we have classism and the patriarchy in one summation by a hooker and a union. Oh my god. It's like, this is like Bizarro
What
World bingo.
disgusts me about this one is that no one took the time to interview one of the dolls.
Yeah, no one bothered. She added that the initiative was a fetish for many men and women who wish to return to a childhood lacking in affection. What? Just, what? So,
What?
municipal police in the Catalonian capital also launched an investigation into the legality of the brothel, which offered client sex with realistic, state-of-the-art polymer sex dolls after it opened late last month. However, when the authorities tried to carry out a routine inspection, they discovered that the business had since moved out of the premises.
The dolls had escaped.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Luddite movement, the band of English workers that destroyed like textile machines and stuff because
The machine breakers.
Yeah.
The owner of the venue claimed that they were not aware of what the property was being used for, and only became aware of its use when they recognized the walls from photographs published on the internet. The owner has since canceled the tenancy agreement with the Lumidolls entrepreneurs. When contacted, the brothel's receptionist said she could not give out much information, but she said that the business was still operating. We're simply moving to another place. Hold on, I accidentally...
Oh, goodness.
Hold on, accidentally clicked a button here. Lumidolls, a pun on a Spanish slang term for prostitute, is believed to be the first such brothel to open in Europe after similar venues in places like Japan and China were hugely popular. So Japan did beat them to the punch, just the first one to really hit the news, because Europe. The brothel offered the services of 4 lifelike dolls, which cost around $4,300 to produce and are made in the U.S. and made out of thermoplastic elastomer, charging punchers around 120 euros for 2 hours. 105 pounds for you, bro. Each one is unique and made to order. I can't believe I'm going with this. And unique and made to order, although they measure between 1.6 and 1.7 meters tall and weigh 40 kilos. The brothel's website claims these are totally realistic dolls, both on the movement of their joints to the touch of their skin, that will allow you to fulfill all your fantasies. It adds that these dolls will make the experience more pleasurable, exciting, and erotic. And one of them is dressed up like...
Oh no, this one hasn't been cleaned.
And one of them was dressed up like Miku. I'm sold. So how do
Jesus Christ, they have Chobits.
One of them looks like Miku. I will send you a link later. Because one of them actually looks like... One of them looks exactly
Hello,
like
Uncle. You're right.
Oh my god. This is a wild group of people I'm hanging out with right now.
So
What the hell?
So basically, that means we can has waifus now. For all of us,
Someone
anime
anime
say
will be
that.
made real.
Anime,
See,
Anime will be.
do you have a tab open to Travelocity with tickets to Barcelona?
I'm working on it. But seriously, it seems like looks like the powers of the God Emperor are literally making anime real now. Holy fuck!
Okay, Donald Trump did say he will make a weeb's paradise in these United States. I remember that exact speech.
I have one question. Is there a Hillary version?
Oh hell no!
Ugh, what kind of sick fuck is
Hello,
that?
Uncle.
Hello, Uncle Art. Welcome to much delayed part of the Batcave.
You can make it do whatever you want.
I can't hear you guys. I don't know. He's speaking up.
Trump does have magical powers.
So-
He made Fidel Castro die. He made was it Amy Schumer or Rosie O'Donnell to lose weight, or was it
Yes.
Linda Dunham?
It was yes.
Okay, what was the name of that one lady who said, Trump will never be president in my lifetime, and she died the day before the election? I know that happened. I remember
Henry
that.
Fisher?
No, not Carrie Fisher. No, she did die. There was this lady, she was like, Janet Reno, I want to say, but probably not. I need to Google this.
Unfortunately, since I'm the one recording this, I can't look it up.
But
It was Janet Reno.
So,
Oh gosh, she looks fucked up. Like her
Which-
face.
Oh yeah, she's hideous. Don't look, guys. Your penis can't handle it.
so after that article, would you like to discuss
Oh my
or
gosh.
move on?
She looks like a cross between Bill Gates and Leonard Nimoy.
It's hideous. It's truly like boner killer right there. It's gross. I had to turn away. It's like looking at a mutilated corpse. It's kind of like I can't stop looking at it.
It's like looking at one of those Leslie Jones news. I had to bite my eyes.
this is some of the topics we're coming out with is just like something from a bad fanfic.
Well, like I said, I'm doing. Not only am I hosting, but I'm also doing my job as a Twitter correspondent. I'm finding stuff on Twitter.
Do you doubt that
No.
veracity, Anthony?
Robo prostitutes out fucking
Real ones.
human prostitutes. Don't fuck robots. Oh,
All right,
okay.
so do you want to move on from that one, or do you want to keep talking about it? What do you want to do?
I don't know what else there is to say about that. It's its own story. There's almost no commentary you really need to give to that one. It's just
Sexual Luddites wanting to destroy the sex robots.
Okay.
okay. Here's a possible topic. Will they be successful in getting this banned? Like, will there be a movement that basically bans the sex bot, chobit, weeb fantasy? I'm sorry, I
Not
guess
if, not if we have our way.
Oh yeah,
You start the hashtag.
They won't be.
Dolls
they
have
won't
rights
succeed.
too.
It's going
Yeah,
to go
pe-
underground.
All lives matter.
people want to be able to. What if people want to cosmetically change these sex robots to resemble anime characters? Then people can fuck their waifus for real.
Oh god.
Well, okay. What do you think I'm
It's
saying?
gonna happen.
So basically,
That's-
this is stage 2 of the body pillow.
Oh my god, it is.
This is stage 2.
Wait,
Make
what's
solid
supposed to-
holograms. Stage 3.
No, we have holograms already. We just need them solid.
Solid holograms.
No, because seriously, I went to a house setting.
Oculus Rift is getting better.
Hologram waifu.
Well, here's the. Okay.
There is somewhere a picture of me dressed as Inuyasha with two body pillows of random like hentai characters, and I'm wearing sunglasses. And the text underneath that my friends put on there was "Someone's getting laid tonight." I was so proud of that picture. That was the best. That was the best
okay,
idea.
To confess my most weeb moment, I actually went to a house setting.
Also, I shamefully liked Inuyasha at one point when I was a little weeb.
Yeah,
You pathetic.
I
we
know.
all did. We all
God.
did at one point. We all did at one point.
So
I
shameful.
hated that series so much when I saw it. It was like,
Wait,
no.
so why did you hate Inuyasha? Like, what did you like? I understand not liking it, but what like hating it?
Guys, we're not gonna break down into weed discussions. This is
Yeah, let's not do this. Let's
Yeah,
move on.
let's not-
I'm
let's not-
I'm
let's
a
not.
grown ass adult now. I have a degree.
Is that why, huh?
Well, like I said,
Yeah.
the
I'm
last,
too respectable to watch anime.
Well,
Except for, obviously, Sailor Moon, which I still do.
well, anyway,
you
only
put
thing
I
that
have a
in.
girlfriend. It's kind of a big part of my life.
the last thing
In
I would
fairness,
just,
I'm more than happy to assist, but we can always place that for a separate hangout.
okay.
All right.
Now, the topic I will introduce for discussion next is the celebrity meltdown over Donald Trump's 2018 budget proposal, which I might include cuts. And Blop and I talked about this, and it blew his mind. It cuts $380,000 that the government spends to, and I quote, massage rabbits.
God damn! Why are celebrities freaking about this?
It is a national priority to give rabbits hand jobs.
Red Rocket, man. Red Rocket.
Oh, just as a quick celebrity thing, the Netflix series The Marvel's Iron Fist, it has such bad ratings that it's blaming Donald Trump because of it.
But,
Man,
Which show?
Iron Fist, it's on Netflix right
I
now.
s-
Oh, okay.
have you?
Wow, that actually sounds like a really bad porno.
How much was devoted to the rabbit massage?
Over $380,000.
But we could harness.
$380,000.
If we could
a year.
harness the frictional heat from the bunnies, mating. I mean, do you know how fast those little bastards move? If we could harness that power, we could.
In most countries, rabbits are perceived to be either as a pest or a food source, or both.
Your duty to your country is to jack off those rabbits.
But the fact remains, the U.S. government was spending over $350,000 a year to massage fucking rabbits.
Fucking
Does have a point.
Christ.
They can be called jackrabbits.
Thanks, Obama, for wasting our money.
Well, I don't know where it started, but apparently that was pulled up. Okay, granted, that particular bit was pulled up by Fox, so I don't know if that was entirely true or not. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised. So, among
What else do you have for us, Spot?
So the things that people are really freaking out about him cutting is the budgets for the National Endowment for the Arts and the Corporation
Useless.
for Public Broadcasting.
Useless.
Included and the EPA, but apparently they're more pissed about the endowment for the arts. And
Well, in that case, it's because the endowment of the arts directly is going to affect them, whereas, I don't know, my personal opinion about the endowment of the arts is that it stopped promoting art that the general public even wants produced anymore. Like, most of the art that gets, elite art that gets churned out these days is sort of in this postmodern category, and most of the elite art is honestly dying out. Like, it's not popular anymore.
the hashtag
See,
coming out of
I can actually, well, I can't speak for the American perspective of these things.
Well, yeah, this is
having-
solely an American perspective on that.
Having spent 4 years in art school and seeing the factory churning out from the likes of the Turner Prize, the Tate Modern, and that entire establishment, I would imagine that the institution you're referring to is of a similar mindset.
Yeah. They're all, I mean, that is sort of what the elite art thinks.
We
you
are
know.
giving the world culture.
Well,
I can have culture between
Okay.
my toes. It doesn't necessarily mean the world wants that.
The best postmodern art piece I've ever seen was called a period piece, where this guy, this frustrated artist, just glued a bunch of tampons together and called it a period piece. Total frustration. They weren't used, thankfully. Oh my god. Although that would have been kind of funny to me. I'm sick. But, like, that was his example of
Where was the
postmodern
point?
art.
We're the deplorable
It-
Batcave. Come on.
In my third year in university, my final year, I recall this girl walking around the studios wearing angel wings. And let's put it this way, she would be the sort that would have turned out the Women's March. in terms of getting exercise.
Planetary gravity well kind of thing.
Yeah. And,
Are you still in orbit? Are you still trapped in the orbital pull?
I was just outside of the captain zone, and consisted of, get this, instant coffee poured over a wooden block, painted white.
So coffee stains on a wooden block.
And if you don't understand it, you're not cultured.
Okay, the best example of why postmodern art is such shit is, I don't know if anyone else has seen that news story where a guy put his glasses down in a modern art museum and he just put them there. He wasn't an artist or anything, he just put them there, and people were taking pictures of it as if it was this avant-garde art exhibit, and it was literally
I think there's a variation of that story. What happened was, I believe it was in the Tate Modern, the janitor left a bag of rubbish by some art pieces, and people started photographing that. I don't know if that story is true.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Some years ago.
But getting back to the topic at hand, this is some of the hashtags coming out of this whole meltdown is hilarious, because apparently people are bitching that funding will be cut to Sesame Street. So
I got it wrong. Sorry, it was a bag of rubbish that was actually artwork, and the janitor cleared it away because he thought it was rubbish.
So the hashtag that I'm seeing popping up is hashtag Justice for Big Bird.
What?
Okay.
Someone just shoot me.
We are. I'm running out of ways to say that. Holy fuck! The world has gone insane.
Just a small portion that acts like the majority.
Well, here's the sad thing. So people. Or here's a little tidbit. So apparently, the people involved are, using Sesame Street as an example. Except Sesame Street is no longer on PBS. It was picked up by HBO. So the same.
HBO. So what? So Big Bird is going to cut off Oscar the Grouch's head
exactly
in an attempt to win supremacy over all of Westeros.
So exactly, the same network that gives you Game of Thrones is now doing Sesame Street.
I wonder if
Sesame Street Game of Thrones crossover.
Damn it! None of them are related to each other, so there can't be any incest. God damn it!
Numbers are coming.
Well, it turns out that Bert and Ernie are actually first cousins.
Oh, then that's good.
There you go. There you go. I have it. I solved your whole problem. Bert was just the bastard son of the previous lord. There you go.
And there's Elmo the Imp.
So, people involved in this meltdown. Let's see. Billy Eichner. Mark Ruffalo. Yeah.
Oh, Ruffalo.
Yeah, Ruffalo's still trying to be relevant. Jamie Lee Curtis.
Isn't that a children's book?
Mark Ruffalo? No, that's no the best-selling.
Oh no, that's the Gruffalo.
No, the best-selling children's book right now is "Everybody I Hate Is a Nazi." It overtook "Everybody I Hate Is Hitler." Judd Apatow.
Well, duh.
Rosie Perez, Christina Applegate, Cher, because people care about what Cher has to say anymore.
I thought she was dead.
Yeah, everyone thought she was dead, but apparently she's like some kind of fucking zombie that gets plastic surgery every year.
Do you believe in love after love?
Oh, here's another hashtag. Hashtag right to bear arts.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay.
I'm getting a migraine.
I wasn't aware art was going to be banned, but all right.
Alyssa Milano, everybody's favorite Star Trek meltdown artist George Takei.
Oh, God.
You want to know the tweet in question, Blop?
No.
Okay. Michael Ian Black, Sophia Bush, Cal Penn, Carrie Coon, Rosie the Planet,
Oprah Winfrey?
no, Rosie the Planet.
O'Donnell.
Notable absences there.
Well, this is the only ones that they pulled up.
You mean the others are too heavy to lift?
Possibly, even though. And Carrie Coon has basically called Trump's new healthcare plan wealth care. How fitting? Dot, ellipses, question mark?
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get all 2 pages of his tax returns.
What the Okay, so Josh Gad, I assume that's his name, is showing a bunch of guys in drag and states that this picture represents why a healthy budget is so important to the filmmaking process. The fuck?
Goodness.
Okay, I'll open up the floor to that one if anybody wants to go over that nuts.
I'm still trying to process the statement in my head. Say it again one more time so I can fully appreciate the nuance.
What statement?
Drag is...
Well, the picture represents why funding is so important to the art process. And it's a bunch of guys in drag.
Okay.
Specifically, it's a bunch of guys. Half of them are in drag. They're doing an all-male rendition of Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
I'm not avant-garde enough to understand it, I guess.
I suppose if you really want to play devil's advocate, you could say it could be a weird throwback to Shakespearean times. Yeah.
But
Do you
really need...
the female roles were played by males.
But do we really need billions of dollars in funding in order to pull it off? Seriously,
No,
if
by
the
the same
government
token, do you want to bring back heads on pikes as well?
seriously, if the government...
Kind of.
Well, if the government has to pay for your art, then your patron is the government, and therefore you do what your patron tells you what to do.
I don't know. I guess I'm biased on that one because in some ways the government paid for mine. I had my fees paid for when I went to university.
I never went to art school, but from what I'm given to understand of, basically the whole concept is your patron's paying for your art. You obey your patron when they're paying for your art.
Well, I will say this: you get commissions, and you're paid for your artwork by whoever you've been commissioned by. Well, that's the system I feel should be in place. I do think art should be fostered, but then it becomes very subjective in terms of what can be considered art and what isn't considered art. And then it comes down to taste, and then it becomes a whole big mess. Oh dear.
What's going on now?
Scrolling down the Twitter feeds. So, we have somebody who just apparently joined the Trump train, at least for the moment.
What do you say for the moment?
Considering who it is, I expect them to fall off at any given point.
Can you post the link?
No.
Wait. Can we? How many guesses do we get?
You get 3, and it's about
Okay.
it's about budgets.
Okay, is it one each? We only get three, so only three of us can... Okay, I'm going to take the first one. Ice Cube.
No rappers are involved.
Okay. Two more, gentlemen.
Is it Glenn Beck?
We have a winner! Glenn
Holy
Beck.
shit.
Glenn Beck praises Trump's budget cuts. Quote, I'm so pro-Trump right now. Holy
Wait.
shit.
I cannot process this information properly.
Wasn't he never Trump to begin with?
Glenn Beck? Glenn Beck's been anti-Trump from the word go.
Oh shit! Kind of like Chuck Schumer. And
Yeah, well, we can get into him at another time, considering, one of the people he sponsored for immigration. Yeah.
Anthony?
Commoner.
Anthony, did you fall asleep again?
Yeah, I think he did.
oh my god!
Why does he bother getting in these if he falls asleep this early?
See? Do you have anything to add to this?
Wow, Glenn Beck. He was not even on my top three that I was going to say. I did not know who I would even say, but I knew Glenn Beck was not one of them. Wow. What weird times we live in, man. This is some crazy
Trump?
shit.
Trump is living magic. He is the magic man.
Meme magic is real. It's completely real, and
He controls it. Donald
Yeah.
Trump is the meme magic. Holy shit.
I mean, let's look at all his accomplishment ever since he took office.
Oh,
Fidel Castro's
Oh,
dead.
As of this recording, it has been less than 2 months since he's been in office.
okay, that is such a thing. I can't. It feels like it's been years. Like, just something happens every day, and I'm like,
Because he's gotten more done in 2 months than the last 20 years
think back
worth
and
of
I'm like,
presidents.
how long has it been since that other guy was even president? Like, I'm having trouble even remembering this era before this happened, and I'm like, man, so much has happened in 2 months. What is he going to do in a year when there's just nothing? Like, is he just going to go on vacation forever? Like, well, I did everything.
You're going to get tired of winning.
That's what I think is going to happen to his opposition. Is it's just they're going to get fatigued. There's just no more energy. You can't maintain women's marches every freaking week.
A war of attrition.
Yeah, I think that's like a real. In fact, that's what I told to somebody who I have a friend, somebody I research with who's very anti-Trump, very pro-Hillary Clinton, everything. And she's like, well, wouldn't the Women's March do something? Like, she comes to me with these ideas because I'm the one who predicted Trump would be president. And she's like, well, what if we did this? And I'm like, I don't think that's going to work because you guys are just going to run out of steam like Occupy Wall Street did.
Of course, the Occupy Wall Street movement are basically the dregs of what's causing all our problems now.
Yeah.
So, Spot, should we have one more topic before we close?
I can continue giving you cancer from Twitter.
It's okay. I didn't want to live that long anyway.
Okay. We have a new gender that came out today.
I'm excited.
Just to keep
Harrier
it
jump
going.
jet?
Pendo gender.
The fuck?
Do you like as a panda?
Nope.
What the fuck is this? Do you have like sets of pans? I don't know.
Never being
Pendo, P-N-D-O?
Yep. Never being satisfied with your gender, no matter how well it fits, due to self-doubt, causing one to compulsively seek and search out something that fits even better. Gender perfectionism for neurodivergent. That's really a word. For neurodivergent folks only, coined with people with anxiety disorders, OCD, and OCPD in mind.
So basically, disabled
So,
people,
so
mentally
basically
disabled
it's,
people.
so it's gender fluid with people with OCD.
That's
Is there another word for that? Isn't it called confusion?
No, it's
Isn't
well,
it called mentality?
we're going to stick with retarded. Just a general catch-all. Retarded.
some people have way too much like boredom and need to be special in this world. Can't
This
somebody
is what happens.
decide-
This is what happens when you give funding to the arts.
Nice one.
And thereby completely contradicting my previous statement about how funding for the arts is required.
There's a hit or miss. We fund the arts. Sometimes we get great things. Sometimes we get pando, whatever, sexual.
Well,
we get another
now-
37 billion flags.
Well, now we officially via Tumblr, we have 200 genders.
The gender market is really inflating.
Gotta
I feel like
be
you need
the
to sell.
wall.
If you're in the gender, if you have stock in gender, you need to sell. That shit's inflating like crazy. Get out now.
All right, a little bit more cancer from Twitter. Okay, it's not really cancer. This is more winning, actually. So this is hashtag winning.
Very tired of winning.
Immigrants are now canceling their food stamps for fear that Trump will deport them.
Yes! Get a fucking job.
Just wrap your mind
Wow.
around. Just wrap your mind around that one. So they're so afraid of being deported, they're canceling their food stamps, making them unable to get food.
Okay, I think that's on it. Like realistically, I think that's probably like 3 people that writer reporter even found, and like, oh, you're so afraid, and you canceled your food stamps, and now your 80 kids or whatever are going to starve to death. Oh my god, that sounds like the kind of fake news that's just like I found 3 dudes.
It's from the Washington Post.
Oh, God. God.
Oh, okay.
Lol.
No. They probably just found one person.
By the way,
Yeah,
by the way,
I take T's assertion and add it was probably the writer himself.
Yeah, like it could be the writer himself writing about his own life or her life. I don't want to assume
the writer's gender.
Well,
Oh
actually,
my God, such patriarchy.
well, considering we can't tell.
I'm pouring
gender
myself
by,
a glass of wine in celebration of the patriarchy.
Well, we can't tell genders by name anymore. Although the writer's name is Caitlin Dewey.
What?
Caitlin
Dewey.
Dewey.
Okay, Caitlin. I'm going to say it's a girl. I don't give a
So,
shit.
so the writer's previous name was Bruce.
However, they changed. Apparently, they changed the headline shortly after it went up. Immigrants are going hungry, so Trump won't deport them. Is the new headline.
I'm deporting you on the charge of being hungry.
It's like. Actually, it's like no matter how you dice it, there's still more winning. It's like, so do you want to be deported? No, we'll go hungry, massa. We'll go hungry. Oh my God, this is just.
All right,
Winning.
should we close on that one then, Scott?
Scroll. We'll see if I can find anything in the next couple seconds.
Finding one last squeeze of win.
Life is an anime.
Ah, you didn't fall asleep.
We thought you were asleep. Oh, right.
Unless you're sleep talking.
Okay, here's the last thing I'm going to pull, and then we can end it here.
Okay.
Paul Joseph Watson did this, so he's showing support for Le Pen, because obviously it's Paul Joseph Watson.
Mm-hmm.
And he's using the hashtag I'm with her.
Hey,
Damn, son.
you man enough to vote for a woman? Like, well, depends on the woman, I guess.
If it's Le Pen, I will vote for Le Pen.
You're so sexist.
I'm voting for a woman, so no, I'm not.
You're voting? Sure, right?
Although France is,
C'est magnifique.
of course, France is also the country that wants to somehow elect Obama.
Goodness.
Yeah, work.
Anthony, any comments on that?
None. No comment.
Okay, that is sustainable. That's like what the Native Americans do. You use every part. You don't want to leave any hashtag or the carcass of Hillary's campaign unused. You pull the bones out. You turn stuff. You turn that into stuff. You take the organs. I don't know, fertilize your crops with it or whatever. You know, I support it. It's
what you're saying,
ecological
see, is that
politics.
Lepar needs to go to the French Alps and thus say that she takes the high road.
Exactly.
So
I think
So
sustainable politics.
So to whatever viewer base we have, go to Twitter, flood it with images of Le Pen looking presidential, and use the hashtag I'm with her. See if we can get this trending, because supposedly that was trending last time when a female was running for president. So let's see if we can do it again.
Oh yes. Okay, Spot. If you'd like to close.
Alrighty, folks. As per the usual, our time is up for the night. So, with that in mind, I invite our guests to give their closing thoughts. Concerned commenter?
Well, all I have to say is life is an anime, and I'm living proof of that.
Indeed. Let's hope you have a better scriptwriter than Kishimoto. Blippity Blop, your closing thoughts.
Really strong with this one.
Pain, anger, false of the read, that is. Gabe, your closing thoughts.
Recycled hashtags.
I'm with her.
Bravo, sir.
Thank you.
And C, your closing thoughts for the night.
We will make a weeb's paradise in these United States.
Well, actually, okay.
Amen.
We need to do a cover of Amish Paradise and make it Weeb's Paradise. We can work on that later.
Yeah, there's details, obviously. There's a lot to do.
Yeah, we're going to work on that one. But to the rest of our viewers, I bid you good night and Shadowlay, free
Have fun
Kekistan.
with your sex robots.
Yes, there is that.
Robo
Always,
waifus
that's-
have rights too.
Yes. No waifu, no laifu.